Prologue. The Arena of Broken Pride. The neon lights of the galactic crucible pulsed like a dying star, casting jagged shadows across the blood-stained sands of the arena. Crowds of alien spectators roared from the towering stands, their voices a cacophony of clicks, growls, and synthesized cheers. This was where warriors from across the cosmos came to prove their worth, where honor was stripped bare, and only strength remained. Tonight's challenger was a human. A laughable sight, according to the reigning champion. Chapter 1, The Human and the Mockery. Kale Renzo adjusted the worn leather grips of his nunchucks, the twin lengths of reinforced durasteel humming faintly as he spun them in a slow, practiced arc. His opponent, a towering Vexian warrior named Zira the Unbreakable, sneered from across the arena. Her obsidian exo-armor shimmered under the spotlights, each segment forged from neutron-star alloy, nearly indestructible. "You fight with toys." Zira's voice boomed, amplified by her helmet's vocal modulator. The crowd erupted in laughter. The humans still cling to their primitive sticks. Kale didn't answer. He simply rolled his shoulders, exhaled, and settled into his stance. The holographic countdown blared overhead. Chapter 2. The First Strike. Zira moved first, a blur of black metal and killing intent. Her plasma-edged gauntlet lashed out, aiming to crush Kale's skull in one blow. He ducked, the nunchucks whirling in a defensive spiral, deflecting the strike with a sharp clang. The impact reverberated up his arms, but he didn't flinch. The crowd gasped. Zira hesitated, just for a fraction of a second before striking again. This time Kale wasn't defending. He countered. The nunchucks became a silver blur, striking the joints of her armor. Elbow, wrist, knee. Places where even neutron alloy had to flex. Each hit landed with surgical precision, sending microfractures spiderwebbing through her defenses. Zira roared, swinging wildly. "You insect!" Kale sidestepped, his weapon snapping forward like a viper. Clack! The left pauldron of her armor split clean off. Chapter 3. The Unraveling. For the first time, doubt flickered in Zira's eyes. She staggered back, her once impenetrable armor now groaning under the assault. Kale didn't let up. His strikes weren't brute force. They were calculated, each one exploiting the armor's minute weaknesses. "You think strength is just power," Kale said, his voice calm amidst the chaos. "You think armor makes you invincible." Another swing. Another crack. Her chest plate splintered. The crowd had gone silent. Zira lunged in desperation, her systems overheating, her movements sluggish. Kale spun low, his nunchucks wrapping around her leg before he yanked. Snap. Her knee joint gave way. She collapsed. Chapter 4. The Final Blow. Zira lay sprawled in the sand, her armor in pieces around her, the once mighty warrior reduced to a broken shell. Kale stood over her, nunchucks resting at his side. "Your armor wasn't your weakness," he said. "Your arrogance was." The arena erupted. Not in cheers, not in jeers, but in awe. Epilogue, the legend begins. As Kale walked out of the arena, the holographic displays already broadcasting his victory across the galaxy, one thing became clear. The humans weren't primitive. They were patient. And patience, in the right hands, could shatter even the strongest armor. Expanded ending, the legend begins. Kale Renzo stood in the center of the arena, the once roaring crowd now silent in stunned disbelief. The sands beneath his feet were littered with the shattered remains of Zira's neutron-star alloy armor, glinting under the harsh arena lights like broken glass. The Vexian warrior herself lay on her back, her breath ragged, her pride in tatters. She lifted her head, her once glowing helmet now cracked and dim. "How?" she rasped, her voice stripped of its earlier arrogance. "How did you?" Kale spun his nunchucks once before slipping them back into their holster. "You relied on armor," he said. "I relied on understanding it." Zira's remaining eye widened as the realization struck her. He hadn't just been attacking blindly. He had studied. Every strike had been deliberate, aimed at the microscopic stress points in her armor's design. The human hadn't overpowered her. He had outthought her. The arena's master of ceremonies, a cybernetic Corvian with a booming voice, finally broke the silence. "Ladies and gentlebangs, your new champion, Kale Renzo of Earth." The crowd erupted, not in the jeers or mocking laughter from before, but in genuine awe. Humans had always been seen as weak, relics of a bygone era clinging to outdated weapons. But tonight Kale had rewritten that story. As he walked toward the exit, the holographic billboards above flickered, replaying the fight in slow motion. His nunchucks striking like precision lasers, Zira's armor fracturing piece by piece. Gamblers who had bet against him cursed under their breath, while others whispered his name like a revelation. Just before stepping into the champion's tunnel, Kale glanced back at Zira. Medics were already rushing to her, but she shoved them away, struggling to rise on her own. Their eyes met, one filled with cold fury, the other with quiet respect. Then Kale disappeared into the shadows. Epilogue, the aftermath. 3 cycles later, in the lower sectors of the Crucible, a black market armorer examined a piece of neutron-star alloy, one salvaged from Zira's broken armor. He turned it over in his claws, marveling at the fractures. "Never seen anything like it," he muttered. "Not a single blast mark or plasma burn. Just precise, calculated strikes." His customer, a hooded figure, leaned forward. "And the human?" The armorer chuckled. "Word is he's already been challenged again. 3 more fights. 3 more victories." He tapped the alloy. "They're calling him the Fracture." The hooded figure smirked. "Good." Elsewhere, in a dimly lit training hall, Kale spun his nunchucks in a slow, rhythmic pattern. The news feeds played on a nearby screen, footage of his fight, analysts debating whether it was a fluke or the dawn of a new era. He ignored them, because he knew the truth. This wasn't about proving humans were stronger. It was about proving they were smarter. And the galaxy was just beginning to understand. Fade to black. Why this ending works for your video. Satisfying closure. Zira's defeat isn't just physical, it's psychological. Her arrogance is shattered just like her armor. Future implications. The mention of Kale's growing reputation, the Fracture, sets up potential sequels. Thematic punch. The ending reinforces the core theme. Skill and strategy triumph over brute force. Visual potential. The slow-motion replay, the armorer's scene, and Kale's quiet training moment all make for great visuals in a video format.